too high. Come and talk to me. I really wanna be. Can I talk to you? I really wanna. I put it all on her. I get it right back. She put it all on me. I couldn't.
What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for tuning back in. Again, you guys, it is all greatly appreciated. As you have already seen the title of today's video, you have some idea of what this story time is possibly going to be about. Go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up big sis. Today's story time is basically going to be about none other than Savage. Like I mentioned to y'all before, Savage has been in my life for many years. And so the series about Savage is going to be going on for a minute. I may skip talking about him a couple times. It's because I do want to, you know, talk about other people too. It's because I do want to include stories about some people that I might have already talked to y'all about, and or some I want to add new characters. So the Savage series will be going on for a minute because a whole lot I'm trying to pack in because I can't give y'all blow by blow, honestly. I would never really do that anyway. Even if I wanted to give you blow by blow, I'm not going to do that. And you're never going to really know every single little detail of situations that happens. I kind of give y'all what I can remember, honestly, and what I kind of want you to know. I don't want to give you every damn thing for real, for real. Like, I don't want to give you too much, you know? Yeah. So I try to dress it up a little bit because a lot of times in these situations, it be some real serious shit that happen, and I basically then sugarcoated it to something a little less crazy, a little less heinous. So yeah, but all these stories are true. Do believe me when I say that. I've been around for many years, and I've gone through so many things that a lot of people in my life never knew I went through. And some people that maybe subscribe to my channel that are people in my life personally, like, they may be hearing a lot of this shit for the first time. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm rambling on. So back to Savage. So this was around the time, like this was around the time we have 9 or 30 or somewhere around there. It had to have been somewhere around there. So anyway, like I mentioned before in a story time, Savage had 2 children when we were still very young. We were probably about 18, 19. He had 2 kids. So over the years, he had a couple other children. So during this time, I think, yeah, I had broke up with somebody. He had broke up with somebody. At some point or another, me and him were single. And so we had to start back hanging out and trying to get back close or whatever, because like I've mentioned before, we would like be off and on throughout the years. Like if I was single and he was single, we'll be together or whatever. Yeah, he was just always there. Yeah, he was just there, and he was around for it all. But anyway, so yeah, we end up hooking back up real tough or whatever. And during this time, he would like to say like, damn, all these years you would think you would have had my kids by now. It's like, I would have thought you was going to have my first child. I was like, well, you messed that up when you slept with the girl from your neighborhood, from your childhood. That was out the window. He was like, but yeah, you should have my kids right now. So yes, y'all, like we was really on some let me get pregnant type shit. Like he was really on some try to get me pregnant type shit. And I'm like, no, like we have a lot of stuff that we need to work on, because me and him went through so much throughout the years. Some shit I have yet to talk to y'all about this stuff. I mean, some real deep-rooted, traumatizing type shit. Like, we went through a whole lot. I'm not going to say a lot of that stuff was his fault. A lot of it was my fault, too. I can honestly say that him and I sabotaged our relationship early on. Like, we really did. And I can honestly say that I believe our relationship never grew up. Is why things could never really stick with us. we would always be good, and then we'll just fall out real badly. We'll always come back together, but the fallout, the breaks would be something drastic. You know what I'm saying? It was always like that with us, and it's because our relationship never grew up. Like, I know for a fact that I matured faster than him, so a lot of things I just moved on from. But he could never really get over that shit, because even up until I stopped dealing with him altogether, he would throw things up in my face, y'all. He would be like, it's your fault I'm like this. I'm like this with these women because of you. Okay, I understand you heard about some things I did, but baby, how old are we? And I am not the reason you a fucked up individual. You fucked up because you want to be fucked up. Don't try to blame me for that. Like, it was always like that. And he's a person where you can't come to him with a issue you may be having about y'all, with a complaint, without him thinking you want to argue. I'm just communicating with you, so what's the problem? So I felt like, why would I try to bring a child into this world with you, and it's so much between us that we have not mended? You know what I'm saying? We just kind of suppressed the shit with us. So why would I want to be tied into some shit like that? It was even a time where he was talking about marriage, and I haven't mentioned this yet to you guys, but for a long time, him and I was actually engaged. Nobody really knew. We didn't really tell anybody. He actually had proposed to me. I even had a ring and everything. I didn't really wear it a whole lot because I wasn't ready to tell people stuff like that, because I felt ashamed. Like, our relationship been crazy as hell. I do love him. He loved me. I believed. And I'm just like, I don't know. We got a lot to work on. So that engagement held over for some time. And I actually had got engaged to a whole other different guy during the time that we had a little break. We were still engaged, but we had took a break. And I ended up, you know, getting close with somebody else, and he was doing whatever he was doing. And I really was engaged with this guy. We really was like we really was on some let's plan our wedding type shit. Savage and I wasn't even at that point, because it was me holding it off. I accepted an engagement. It's like a promise to him, just trying to see how things are going to be, which is insane. You should never do that. Don't accept that shit unless you're truly ready, y'all. But I just felt like I said, we had this hold on one another. We just let it be what it was. But I was really in a whole other relationship at some point after we had been engaged for some time. And I was living with this guy. I mean, it was some real deal relationship type shit. But like I said, I would get into, when I'm ready to get into how their relationship ended, y'all just be ready for the ride. Yeah, we're going to get into that at some point or another. But I'm trying to wait, you know, until I get some more y'all up in here, some more y'all subscribing. You know, I want to, you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm not ready to give those story times yet. But anyway, so, yeah. We just in disagreement about me getting pregnant, because I'm like, why? I don't want to. I ain't trying to be nobody's baby mama. And true, I can be married to you and it still can be tragic. You know what I'm saying? Just because we're married does not mean that it's going to be great with us. You know, it doesn't mean you're going to stick around and be a great father. But one thing I will say, I will give him that. I'm not going to say he's a bad parent at all. Even whether he had money, or he had times where his money was a little scarce, he made sure he took care of his children. That's one thing about him. He had very poor money management skills because he liked to gamble. But before he did any of that, he did what he had to do for all of his kids. However he needed to spread his money, he spread his money. Because he would be making some money for real. He would be winning money for real. But he took care of his kids. Hold on, y'all. I need to get my house sprayed. Y'all, it's that time of the year where you start seeing spiders and shit everywhere. I really need to call my bug man to get my house sprayed. But anyway, so yeah, it was just, yeah, I wasn't ready for that with him. Shit, what was I, y'all? I forgot already. Where the fuck was I? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. So, and during this time that he was so-called trying to get me pregnant, he was messing with he had been messing with this lady that worked at a salon that he was working at, because he also was a barber at some point or another, and they was like in a beauty and barber shop type ordeal, and he ended up hooking up with one of the ladies that worked at the barber shop. Like, she was a stylist, and she was a little older than him, not that much older. Like, he always dated. It don't really matter. So yeah, he ended up hooking up with one of the girls. Honestly, truth be told, all of his baby mamas, except the very first one, they're older than him. They're older than him probably about 5 or 6 years, no lie. He always liked older women. I'm only maybe a year older than him. And the first baby mama, I believe, is the same age or maybe a year younger. But other than that, those women are older than him. Like I said, he doesn't look older. He's just tall. He has facial hair. You know, he has this build about himself. He kind of carries himself maturely, you know, when he's not being crazy, toxic, and deranged. So, you know, he come off like he may be an older guy, and he looks good. So, you know, yeah, he be pulling. He be pulling. Anyway, so yeah, it don't matter. But the thing about it, and the reason I'm saying this is because you would think these women were some young ass girls, how they would be acting with him. But one thing about it, out of all the women that he got kids with, neither one of them put him on child support ever. And so it makes you wonder, like, damn, are you messing with these women? But honestly, I don't think he ever, like, dealt with them outside of whatever they had to deal with the child. Like, because a couple of them are married. I don't think they slip around outside of that. I can honestly say that. I don't know. I don't really care, honestly. But anyway, so yeah. My point I'm making is that he was messing with this woman and over here trying to tell me about him wanting to be serious about our engagement and have this baby because it's been time, I'm not getting younger. Because like I said, I know I had to have been close to 30, if not 30. And so he felt like, oh, it's time, you need to come, we need to make this happen. Like, you're going to better move on with somebody. Like, he's like, I don't want to wait and then somebody else have my first child with you. And because at this point, he had boys. He had 4 boys by 4 different women. And so I really feel like he was aiming for a daughter. And then I wanted a daughter. Like I said, if I ever was to have children, I most definitely wanted a daughter. My folks got boys. And so I'm like, it's time for somebody to have some girls. Because even in his family, everybody was having boys. So it's like, you know, we want some little girls around here. I don't know. It don't matter. Any child is a blessing. But yeah, so he actually got that wish. But it most definitely wasn't from me. He ended up getting the lady at the beauty shop pregnant. And how I found this out, like, he didn't tell me for months. The girl was about to have this baby. How I found out. And I didn't even find out from him. I found out from one of his cousins. And it wasn't Wendell. Y'all know Wendell, the creepy older cousin. It wasn't him. It was his other cousin that he stayed with back when I first met him. I'm not going to give him a name right now. Or I might have gave him a name. I can't remember. I haven't really talked much about him. But yeah, his older cousin. I'm trying to think what I'm going to call him. We're going to call him Pleasure P. Because he most definitely gave Pleasure P vibes. He looks like him. The skin tone, complexion and shit like that. He kind of favors Pleasure P. So we're going to call his older cousin Pleasure P. And hopefully I can remember that when I do tell stories about that cousin. But I just wanted to go ahead and give him a name. Because he was around during a lot of this shit with us. So yeah. And I'm like, what? And one thing about Pleasure P that I will give a little background on. He kind of had characteristics like Wendell. But he wasn't on no creepy shit. He was just a snaky, conniving ass dude. Like, and then Pleasure P was maybe a couple years older than me. So he wasn't giving old creep, but he was giving snake. Because he was another person that always competed with Savage. Like, y'all, they was so jealous of Savage. He's the younger cousin, but, and I'm not going to say because of his looks that he would always pull different women. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. Like, I'm not saying these guys don't look good. I'm not saying that at all, because they do look good. But at some point, and probably still to this day, a lot of people are very color stroke. Y'all call them colorists, but to us, it's color stroke, meaning that you prefer a lighter preference. You prefer a one color preference over the other. And in our generation, more people in our generation, people did prefer to date the lighter skinned guys. And like I said, Savage looked totally different from them. He's tall, he's light skinned, he has a nice build. These guys was a little on the heavier side. They weren't heavy, they weren't fat, but they was a little, you know, more stocky. Savage is like the ideal guy to a lot of people as far as looks. And his charm, he's, you know, he's chill, he's cool, he's kid-like, you know what I'm saying? People don't want no stiffy-ass dude trying to be an old-ass man. No, some women, they want somebody that's going to make them laugh, that's going to be spontaneous. Savage is most definitely that person. Just outlandishly spontaneous. So, yeah. Honestly, like I said, they was really jealous of him when it came to the women. I witnessed that firsthand. And the way them guys used to push up on me, they wanted to do everything in their powers to piss Savage off with that, to make him feel a way like, yeah, we can pull the same type chicks. Like, I feel like that's what they really wanted to try to do. And they accomplished that a lot of times. So, yeah, he told me, and I don't know if it was him looking out for me, which I honestly feel like he was just he was on that pillow talk type crap, down the next nigga so he can make himself look good. You know, you got those dudes. And Pretty Ricky. Pleasure P most definitely was that type of guy. He gonna talk bad about a person because he probably felt some type of way. And he most definitely did that. So I'm like, man, quit playing with me. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask him. But I didn't tell Pleasure P I was gonna ask him. So I was like, so I knew I was gonna see him later that day. So I said, man, guess what your cousin told me? What cousin? I'm like, Pleasure P. He's like, what the fuck he talking about now? I said, because I used to tell Savage he was hitting on me. So he was like, what he talking about now? I was like, man, how about he told me you got this lady that worked with you at the barbershop pregnant? He said, what? I said, Pleasure told me that you got the lady at the barbershop pregnant that you was talking to. The lady that you was talking to was real cool. And and men just be giving themselves away a lot of times because he would say things about this lady, just like he would say certain stuff where she was doing this and that, and I can't explain exactly the shit he would say. It just, women's intuition be kicking in for me a lot. And I'm like, why he always about this lady? Especially when you're trying to overly say a person don't look good. But honestly, he wasn't lying, because y'all, the girl, she ugly as shit. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm sure I'm ugly to some people, but no, I can honestly say this lady, not the cutest at all. And it's not because she dark as shit. She just not the cutest girl. She's not. She not. And her daughter, I'm not gonna talk about nobody's kid. No, I'm not gonna do that. And the daughter looks just like her, but just a lighter version. So basically, she has Savage's skin color, but looks like her. So yes, they end up having a daughter, y'all. And man, the way y'all, my heart sank to my ass when I found out that he was having a daughter with this girl. Yeah, like I really was butthurt. Like I wasn't caring about those other women that he dealt with, but I was really in my feelings for a long time about this man and this girl. Like, he got this woman pregnant around the same time that he was trying to get me pregnant. And they had a daughter. And then he didn't even tell me. But you tell me everything, but you did not tell me about this woman. So, man, my emotions was everywhere. Like, I had all kinds of emotions going on through me. And the fact that your cousin told me, and he a snake-ass dude, and he's sitting back gloating about the shit, and he's just walking around like a cat with it, just cheese and smiling and joking and like making fun of the shit. Like, I'm like, dude, that ain't cool. But you know, men will never understand how we probably feel about shit. I mean, I don't know. The men I know, I don't think they will ever understand. And then again, they may have wanted to get with a woman and have children with her, and she with somebody else. I mean, I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I'm talking about me. So yeah, y'all, I was hurt for a long time over this shit. And that right there made me stop talking to him. And I was even like, man, why the fuck am I holding on to this ring in an engagement that we not even finna, that's not even finna go from here. We've been engaged for a long time. Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, I was engaged to a whole other person. Shit, actually had been engaged twice to 2 other people. Not all in the same like time. Like it wasn't in a short window, but it was throughout the years. So yeah. I probably want to talk about the first person. Cause he's not from our town or whatever. Most people that I talk about, they're from like the Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi area. This person from somewhere up north, farther up north, was just staying down here for some years because he got family down here. He got siblings down here. He just wanted to get away from all the shit he had going on up there because he had been married at one point and was going through a divorce type shit. And that shit was, they had got a divorce. And like I said, he was just here for some, yeah, I ain't gonna talk about that. But I don't know, I may bring up some shit about him because to this day, me and him, we're really cool. Like we still talk on the phone. Every blue moon, we FaceTime. You know, when he come down south, we, you know, possibly hang out because like I said, I'll see him, his family and my family, they're really close, cool or whatever. So I'll see him around. We good friends. Like the breakup wasn't drastic with us. It was just, it was a mutual thing. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt away because we still was really like into one another. We really had love, but we still was kind of like, I want to say that I still loved him, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was fresh, and so he just needed to leave, and it had nothing to really do with me, but everything to do with his kids and that ex-wife. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I was engaged to that guy, but like I said, it just didn't work. But anyway, so, yes, and I let him know how I felt about that shit, and for a long time, y'all, like, it took me a minute to like let this shit go. Like, you know what? I don't even know if I even want any damn children. Really? I like my freedom. I like to do certain things, and kids are a huge responsibility. And I'm like, do I really want to go through something like that? Because what if I have to do this by myself? And I can do that by myself because a lot of women do it by themselves. A lot of men do it by themselves. But I just know, I'm like, you know what? I'm not pressuring nobody on that. If that ever happens, that happens. But you ain't got to worry about me pressuring you about that. And all these years, even after all that shit with us, he still, to this day, well, up until the point I stopped dealing with him, would try to get me pregnant. He would be like, man, come on, let's just make a baby. Let's prep for this. Let's have sex. Let's make a baby. Get your ass back, freaky ass dude. Like, what the fuck? But y'all, it didn't stop there with him. We gonna stop this right here. But he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. That was just baby mama. That was just baby number 5. And at this point, he got 5 kids with 5 different women. And was on child support by neither one of them. And to this day, he's not on child support by either one of them. And because for number 1, he takes care of them when he needs to take care of them. I will give him that. And I'm sure they can say that. But you know, you always got those overly dramatic, toxic ass bitches that feel like they gotta go put the government in your business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people say, oh, if he said, oh, sign the birth certificate, the government is not gonna automatically put somebody on child support unless you go and stir up some shit between y'all. Yeah, especially in Tennessee. Y'all just have to tune back in and wait on the story times about Savage and the other children. He took in some other kids that wasn't his, but and keep watching for some more tea about Savage and his children. So yeah, so we're gonna stop this right here, you guys. Again, I don't want to make this all longer drawn out, but before we leave, make sure y'all go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Also, comment down below if you feel like you need to comment down below if you just want to, you know, engage in conversation about whatever. But make sure y'all keep it respectful. Don't be disrespectful. I don't want to have to go and block nobody and erase your comment. You know, it's a free space, and I want it to be a safe space. I know it's the internet, it's social media, whatever you want to call it. But y'all, we adults. We grown as shit. A lot of us, because I can see the ages of people that watch my channel the most. A lot of y'all are like somewhere between 25, 30-ish. It's a lot of y'all in here around my age and shit, like 40, 50, shit like that. Like, yeah, it's a lot of people here. And I don't know who's who, but y'all keep that shit respectful. We are not high school children. We are we are not here for that. I'm here to just give y'all the drama that happened in my lifetime. And like I've mentioned on one of my posts, a couple of them, most of these stories are not current whatsoever. They may have happened in my early 30s. Like, those were some of the latest ones, the ones when I was in my early 30s. Yeah. But other than that, everything is pretty much older. And at some point, I'll tell y'all about things that are possibly currently happening. But your girl don't have no drama because I don't really have a lot of people around. Like, I don't have drama for real. And I know y'all probably like bullshit, but no, I'm serious. I do not have drama around because I don't really deal with people at all. If I get any kind of inkling of you on some type of jealous, envious, trying to shake shit up in my life type of time, I'm most definitely gonna let you feel the wrath of me no longer in your life. And I ain't gonna even tell you. You just gonna know it. I ain't gotta tell you. The fuck? I ain't gotta tell you shit. You just gonna know you ain't around me no more. But anyway, so yes, y'all, I'm gonna stop this right here. Again, y'all, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Make sure y'all click the post bell notification so you'll know when I post. Again, y'all, it is all greatly appreciated. And to my new subbies, thank y'all for the love. I'm so glad you are here, and I hope you continue to come back and stay still. I hope you continue to come back and stay subscribed, you guys. And I hope my videos are continuing to be of interest to you. And like I be mentioning in my comments, a lot of us, we live in the same type of lives. Just in different settings, different forms, but a lot of shit be the same. Again, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.